Okay, we're just gonna go straight into it, okay? You just slapped the mic as soon as I clicked to record. Right, good start. Okay. Right, so we just watched the highlights of Spurs versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
Hilarious game.
Crazy officiating.
I actually, after the Arsenal-Newcastle game, I thought that it really couldn't get much worse with the officiating.
There you go.
It's really, really funny to me because, first of all, you have 5 ruled out goals, and I can't lie, I don't think any of them shouldn't have been ruled out. I think all of them were fairly ruled out. Maybe other than the one where he hit it from outside the box.
Legs, yeah.
But then it was a penalty as well anyway, so it really
doesn't
matter.
Yeah.
That one kind of didn't matter anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The Dyer volley, it didn't show it in the clips I just showed to him, but it was offside, so there's no doubt in it. It was knocked on by one of the Spurs players, and he was definitely offside. Finished though, by the way, top bins. It was sick. I'll show you that later. But yeah, and then Sterling's handball, that was 100% a handball. By the way, Romero not getting sent off for the kick before, right? Undogi not getting sent off.
So high.
Yeah, Undogi not getting sent off. Udogi, not Undogi. Right? Undogi, right? Not being sent off for the 2-footed challenge, right? And then it just takes me back to Arsenal-Newcastle and just how Bruno isn't sent off for elbowing Jorginho in the back of the head.
Who was it that said none of the English refs will get to the World Cup?
Oh, who was it? It was
Someone said that.
Arsene Wenger.
There you go. Yeah.
It was Arsene Wenger. Yeah. No, English refs are horrible. I don't know why, and people always say that we should have refs from other countries. Here. I agree. And we were talking about it. The Polish ref, the guy Marciniak. He was the ref for the World Cup final, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It's my personal belief that Messi was. It was rigged for Messi to win. It was. I don't care what anyone says.
He got 5 penalties and only scored 4 goals in the 7-game tournament.
I'm not being funny. And then he in the same tournament they lost to Saudi Arabia.
Literally. It's rigged, man.
Losing Saudi Arabia is whatever, right?
I think after every game in that World Cup, all the managers from the other team, in the press conference, were furious.
Do you know the craziest part as well? I think it was the quarterfinals against Morocco, or the round of 16 against Morocco. No,
was it 3-0
for Portugal?
Oh right.
Portugal versus Morocco, because Portugal lost 1-0. Remember, right? All of the fucking officiators or officials were Argentinian.
Oh, I saw that.
You can't tell me that that's not some sort of rigging going on.
Yeah, it was.
Because everyone knew about it before.
Yeah. I saw something saying, how is there 3 Argentine officials when Argentina are still in the competition?
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, when you're officiating against the biggest rival...
Did you see, Argentina-Poland, that penalty, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was so ridiculous. Man touched him with his hand and...
No, honestly, it was rigged from the first day because you could tell. Wasn't it the first game that Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia?
It was.
See, that's what it was. They wanted you to believe that Messi wasn't going to win it, so it looked like a comeback, right? It was so obvious.
It was Qatar,
No, and then at the time, I could be wrong. Obviously, fact check me in the comments or whatever. Yeah, but the owners of PSG are Qatari.
Yeah.
Right. So it's I'm sorry, and plus there was just a million things that just made you think.
So many things.
It was crazy. Listen,
who was the manager for the Netherlands at the time?
Van Gaal. No, it can't be Van Gaal.
I think it was.
Was it Van Gaal?
Whoever it was.
No, it was Van Gaal. It was Van Gaal.
He was pissed.
Yeah, because they cheated. There's a video. There's a video of Messi, right? Ake goes to flick the ball over. He just puts his hand out and grabs it. He's already on a yellow. Yeah, he's already on a yellow. No red card, right? And then, was it Paredes just boots the ball at the fucking, all of the Holland players on the bench. And then the Holland players got yellow cards.
Yeah.
It just didn't make any sense. It was the most clearly rigged thing in the world.
I feel like FIFA and UEFA do a lot for Messi.
They do 100%. Listen, I don't take away 5 or 4 of his Ballon d'Ors, but I definitely take away at least
all 7 or 8.
No. There's the one. I'll tell you this. Yeah, Ronaldo, I think, arguably won 3 or 4 without a shadow of a doubt fairly. 1 or 2 of them, I think you could argue that Ribéry and Schneider maybe deserved on 1 or 2 years. I remember
Ribéry,
this. Yeah?
Definitely.
Yeah. Lewandowski was robbed. We won't get into that because this guy, I say Lewandowski, he
was robbed by COVID and by Messi, so he should have.
He was robbed by France football because they were the ones that decided to not give it. But everyone in the world, everyone said it was one of the only years ever where it was like so clear. Like no one was close. Yeah. If they had voted, it would have been 700 and the next one would have been about 30.
Yeah.
Right? That's how clear he was. It's the most clear like Ballon d'Or win ever and they robbed him of it.
Yeah. They're like, Messi hasn't done well.
That takes me back though to 2004 and 2003. Nedved and Shevchenko 2 years in a row robbing the Ballon d'Or from Henry. Like if I see one comment or one...
You say Shevchenko robbed as well.
I swear to God...
I haven't seen
that one is apparently worse. That's what people say. It was worse. Yeah, that was worse. Right? By the way, look, I'm saying so much already. We're 5 minutes into this and we've said like 5 different things, but I told you this would be easy doing a podcast. It's so easy because you just bounce off each other. No promo. Right? But listen...
Whoa. I just got that.
Yeah. No, listen though. Right? You say that now, but the thing that's crazy, right? I'm about to say something. This is about to be the most controversial opinion. The most controversial opinion, right? The Champions League is overrated as fuck.
That is a very controversial opinion.
It's overrated as fuck, and let me give you a reason why. Leicester won the Premier League. They had one of the best seasons ever, randomly out of nowhere, most historic season, and then they were in the Champions League, right? Done shit. I'm pretty sure they went to Europa League, right? Right. Oh yeah, but you're gonna make a point like, oh yeah, but obviously.
No, but whatever. Why does that mean that the Champions League?
I haven't finished.
Okay,
right? This guy, right? But they were in the Champions League, right? Okay. The next season, I'm pretty sure they finished like 11th or 12th. The season before, they finished just outside of relegation. Or were they promoted the season before?
What, before they won the league?
Yeah.
They were promoted.
See, there you go. So a team that came from the Championship in English Football League, like of the second league division, came up and won the league pretty much. I swear they finished like just outside of relegation the year before.
No, it must have been the year before that, before they got promoted. How could they have finished just outside the relegation if they got promoted to the Premier League?
No, I'm saying I think they were in the Premier League the season before they won it.
No, they weren't.
I think it was the season after.
They came up and they won it straight away.
You know what?
It was crazy.
I'm going to do a Joe Rogan right now and fact check myself live on podcast.
Fact check yourself, buddy.
Right? We have to do past seasons. What season would it have been?
It was 16-17?
No, it'd be 14-15 because they won it in 16-17.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be this season we're on
so
about.
So then it'd be 15-16.
No, it would be 14-15 the season before.
Yeah. No, if they won it in 16-17, it would have been 15-16. Before
14th. Yeah, they were in the Premier League the year before.
Were they actually?
Yeah, see? I told you. That's what I'm saying. And they only avoided it by like 6 points or 8 points. Let me see if I can see the full table.
Wait, what year is this? 14-15 and then go up to 15-16?
How do I do that? Go next season. Yeah, it'll be 15-16. This is the season they won it. Yeah, look.
Oh shit!
I told you, bro. So they only just avoided relegation the year before. I knew.
Why did I?
Do you know what? I legit. I'm just so smart, and this guy says I have a small IQ.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I could have sworn that they went up and just won the league.
No, they didn't. They didn't. But I'm pretty sure the season after that they finished. I don't know why my computer does this. Please donate to get me a new computer, guys. Where was this? They finished. It's the 12th, yeah. After winning the league. So here's my point. Back on my point, right? The Champions League, people put it down. And here's another thing, right? You can have one fluke season and get in. Look at Newcastle. Fuck Newcastle, right? Anyway,
right. Just like you can have one fluke season.
All my homies hate Newcastle. You can have one, but then you be in the best like competition in the world, right?
Okay.
Now, name me some of the shittest teams to win the Champions League. Name me 3.
I know. Did Marseille win it?
No.
Did they not?
I don't think so. No,
Someone
but I could
tell. The French league won it. I think.
I don't think they have.
Have a look.
I don't think they have. No, let me tell you before I Google this, right? Red Star Belgrade, Nottingham Forest,
right.
Aston Villa, Celtic. Now I know Celtic fans in the chat are gonna cry about that. Yeah, like I'm not saying Celtic are a shit team, but when you compare them to like what the facilities that everyone else has. Although I know in the 50s, I think it was, Celtic had one of the best teams in the world. They were literally one of the best teams in the world, right? Nottingham Forest had, what's his name? The English manager. I can see his face. Oh my god, this is gonna annoy me. He was Nottingham Forest manager, and he was. Oh my god, you know who I'm on about, right?
No idea.
Oh my god, this is gonna piss me off so much. I'm actually gonna get so angry. I've got books of this man, like, Oh no. Okay, what am I gonna? Okay, Nottingham.
So those are some of the worst teams to win the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
So, name me some of the worst teams to win the Premier League.
Oh no, but that's not the point.
It goes the same way, bro.
No, that's not the point. It's not. I'll tell
What is
you
the
why.
point?
Nottingham Forest won the Champions League. What was his name? This is gonna annoy me because like this manager is one of the best managers of all time, and I'm having a brain fart right now. Brian Clough, that man. He won the Champions League 2 years in a row with Nottingham Forest. Now, let me make my point. Nottingham Forest have 2 Champions Leagues, and Aston Villa have 1, right? I think that's what it is, or they have 2 each. I can't remember, right? Arsenal have none, right? You can't argue it. Arsenal have no Champions Leagues, but people will say that winning the Champions League will put you above other teams. Arsenal have won 13 Premier Leagues, let alone the Division 1 title, right? 13 Premier Leagues. Oh, there's no way I just said that. If that's going to get clipped, I'm going to get violated, bruv. They've won 3 Premier Leagues.
That's right, I just said Marseille won the Champions League.
Oh my god, they won 13 FA Cups, or 14 FA Cups. But listen, they've won the league like bare times. They've won multiple trophies, 30 plus trophies. And you've got teams like Nottingham Forest that have won like 7 or like 11 trophies. And obviously, because of in there, they've got the Champions League. People say that's an elite club. Bruv, no, it ain't.
It's just got past bits of elite history.
Like it does, no. Brian Clough is one of the best managers of all time.
So that goes down in history.
It does, but then look at when Chelsea won the Champions League, right? They suddenly now they're the best team in London. How does that make sense? You've still got so many trophies.
You could say that for that year. For the year they won it.
A year, you could say any team's the best.
Of course.
Leicester were the best team in England. Doesn't mean they're the best team in England today.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
But my point is, how does that make them? Okay, today.
It changes from season to season.
Okay, but no, it doesn't, and I'll prove it.
It does.
Today, Arsenal are like 3rd in the Premier League. Yeah, today. Right? Not last year, not the years before.
Okay.
Chelsea are like 13th. People still say Chelsea are better historically or whatever, or bigger than Arsenal because they've won 2 Champions Leagues.
That's a valid point.
It's not, in my opinion, though. That's the point I'm trying to make. Winning 2 cups, although it's the best cup competition in the world, yes, fair enough. But it's a very good one. It doesn't automatically put your team above.
No, it doesn't. It has to be other bits and bobs as well.
Yeah. Now,
how many Premier Leagues have they won? How many FA Cups?
And here's the thing: Chelsea are building, like, you know, they've built something since 2004. Because before them, everyone knows they were shit, right? I know they won a couple of FA Cups. I know they won a couple of leagues. Shut the fuck up. They were sold for £1. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, right. But my point is, Chelsea have one of the best managers of all time in their history. Well, actually, you can name like 5 that were their best managers of all time. Mourinho is number 1. Carlo Ancelotti. Anyway, so right. But then they definitely have had. I'll tell you this right now off the top of my head. When it comes to football, Barcelona cheating. Actually, no, let's ignore Barcelona. The reason I'm bringing up Barcelona is because I want to mention the Chelsea-Barcelona game for 2009.
And you want to mention the Arsenal-Barcelona final?
No. I will in a minute. No, not the final. Not the final. We won't even get on that. Yeah, robbed. Right. But listen, the Chelsea versus Barcelona game. Right. In 2023, it was announced that Barca were being investigated for paying the refs. You look back on that game now, and when Drogba goes, it's a fucking disgrace. Yeah. It was obvious.
Yeah.
It was obvious. It was right in front of you that it was happening. There was a handball. There was a penalty. There was ruled out goals. It was insane. It was the most obvious thing. Now, if they won that year, that year, I think I would be saying something else now, because they probably would have won it that year had Barcelona not cheated their way. That's my opinion.
So why don't you consider that when talking about them being better than Arsenal in history?
Because they didn't win it.
Okay, but you're saying if they had and they only didn't because Barcelona cheated.
But the 2 or 3 years before, Arsenal were in the final, and no one mentions that to this day, that Arsenal haven't won one, but they were in a final, and then due to a red card in the 13th minute for our goalkeeper...
Can I see that red card quick?
What, the Jens Lehmann?
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. See, this is the thing. like a lot of people when
pull that up.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, can you pull it up?
Pull it up.
No, a lot of people don't seem to like acknowledge the fact that Arsenal were, you know, in the final of the biggest competition in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? And we only lost by. Look, I was already watching this, right? We only lost by one goal. Right. No, but look. This is Valdez. No, that's not fair. You can't say that, guys. I would pull this up on the podcast, but I can't. We're just watching the highlights. No, because I don't know if I'm gonna get. I don't know if I'm gonna get done for this.
That up now. You can't.
Can I not?
No.
I don't think I can.
You can't do that to Henry.
No, it's because. Right, I didn't even mean it about that. Right, no, because Valdez had the best performance of his life. Look, you can't blame Henry for this. This is a great opportunity, and then Valdez just like has one of the best days of his life, and just say, look at him.
Yeah,
he
but
was
he's
unbeatable.
taking his time with that.
No,
he's taking his time with that. That's a Martial kind.
Guys, I'm just going to show him the red card, and then we're just going to move on because like I don't want to see it. The point is, I'm not going to get violated. We were better than them. We were the best team in the world, and he was the best player in the world. Henry's the best player ever. Shut the fuck up. Look! Valdez is just like unbelievable, man. Henry should have scored 4. Right? And here we go. So, has he just been sent off there? It didn't even show the sending off.
He got sent off for saving a shot.
Barcelona uploaded this, and it didn't even show the sending off. I wonder why.
That does say something.
See?
That does say something.
Let's see if it actually is going to show it. Wait, did it actually not show it?
But he's still in.
They didn't show it. No, because Perez was one of our best players, and he got brought off for Almunia, who obviously came on as the substitute goalkeeper. And Almunia, if you know
about as good as me.
If you know anything about Arsenal, here you go. So this was it.
Red.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't a red. Okay, I never said this wasn't a red. That's one thing I'll say right now. Okay. I never said it wasn't a red. Yeah, that's the first thing I want to say. First of all, can we just make a point of the Barcelona player going over and putting his hand up to be a red card? Yeah, he should have been sent off. Watch.
He should have got yellow.
Look. You see all the Barcelona players coming over?
Back then, that happened on the regular.
Yeah, I know.
There wasn't, it wasn't...
No, and again,
many restrictions.
The one thing I'll say is, to this day, I don't say that it wasn't a red card, but the one thing I will say is that, like, there was a lot of decisions that went against teams that played against Barcelona during those years. Yeah. And then, obviously, now... Now I can bring out the Van Persie one, yeah? There was I think it was like 1.7 or 2.3 seconds between him shooting the ball and the whistle going, right? Mm-hmm. And he's in the Barcelona stadium, Nou Camp, with 80,000+ fans whistling at him while he's shooting, yeah? Mm-hmm. And he made the point, he went like that, and then at the end of the game, he's coming to the interview and he said, like, it's a disgrace. Like, how am I supposed to hear that, right? Now, we're sat on this news that they paid the referees, and they have. Like, you can say what you want. They said that they paid for information. What the fuck information do they need? Go and look at it on TV, bruv. Go and search it on YouTube. I don't care what year it is, bruv. You can have all this information at your hands. If I can go on my computer in 2000...
Wait, have they got out with this? Actually, how about this?
The thing is, Man City, I think it was 121 charges they got. Mm-hmm. My guy just broke his vape, right? 121 something charges or something like that. And to this day, they haven't been done for it, right? No one's saying anything about it. Right? How do you have like 100, or how do you have 10 charges and get away with it?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Right, so it's funny because we ended up talking about Chelsea and Tottenham, and now we've gone on to like everything else. So back to the Chelsea-Tottenham game. So the thing I was going to say is I actually don't think VAR had that many bad decisions. Like the fact they didn't send off Udogie initially, that's poor. The fact they didn't send off Romero, or at least like get the ref to go and check it, that's poor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The actual sending offs for both of them, fair in my opinion. He watched the Romero challenge.
At first I thought the Romero one was alright.
It's vicious, bro.
I saw the afters.
Yeah, it's vicious. The thing is, if you are someone that thinks he won the ball, therefore it's not a foul, do me a favour and go and watch Aaron Ramsey versus Stoke. Right? When the guy snaps his leg in half. Does someone have to have their leg be snapped in half for it to be a bad challenge? The ankle of Enzo Fernandez bends sideways as it hits him. How are you going to say that's not a foul? Right? You are basically saying I can assault someone as long as I get the ball first. That makes zero sense.
You're right?
Right? Exactly, it makes zero sense. Now, There was also, it didn't also show on the highlights as well. Reece James jumped up for a ball and he led with his elbow. I can't remember who it was that he led into, but he led with the elbow and got a yellow, right? And everyone was saying, how's that not a red? In my opinion, that's not a red. He clearly is looking at the ball and he jumps like that. Now, it goes across his face like here, yeah? Now, you could say that's a red. I'm sorry though, but if you want to compare that, I'm not saying anyone is, but if you want to compare that to Bruno against Jorginho, Jorginho is looking the other way, playing a pass, and Bruno runs at full speed after missing a vicious challenge against Ben White, runs at full speed, bites down on his tongue, like that, like in on his tongue, and then does this into the back of his head.
Yeah.
Gary Neville...
Did he get sent off for that?
No, he didn't even get a yellow. In the second half, Bruno goes like that onto Fabio Vieira's face and pushes him back, and then he gets a yellow. Pull that up. Jamie, can you pull that up for me? Right? That for me, this was a robbery, and that's why.
As long as you make it look like you've gone for the ball and you have no intent of getting the player.
This is hilarious. Look at the search. Newcastle versus Arsenal, right near the top. So, I don't know how much. I want to see. Let's watch extended highlights. So we're gonna have the highlights on.
The Bruno Fernandes.
We're gonna watch Bruno Fernandes. That's the wrong guy, bro.
You said Bruno Fernandes.
Did I say Bruno?
Did, yeah.
I'm gonna go and watch this podcast back. If I said Fernandes, I'm gonna be embarrassed, bro. Can't lie. So I've got the highlights up right now. We're just gonna watch them as we talk about it. But to me, we were. I'm an Arsenal fan. If you guys don't know, he's a Lewandowski fan. So he's and he's a ceiling fan. So for me, it was a clear red card for the Bruno on Jorginho. I'm trying to remember what else happened. The goal. It was about 3 or 4 different things that you could have said to rule it out. Yeah. For it to have. Let me skip forward a little bit so we can go and see what we're talking about. Oh, by the way, this is the Havertz challenge. This is something that everyone said was a red card as well.
Ooh,
hold on.
You know what?
I agree. From there, yeah. No. From the guys, we just saw the first replay of him coming in. Fair enough. It looks like a red, but if you watch the replay, he jumps in front to try and block the clearance, but it's his trailing leg that makes contact with him. That's why he was spared.
Red, isn't it?
No, it's not. I'll show you why. Because look, he got yellow, right? And then if you watch the replay, I think you would agree even more that it was yellow because he clearly doesn't mean to make contact with him. And then Gordon got a yellow. This is brilliant. Right, so look, he goes forward. His front leg is there. It's gone in front. And it's his trailing leg that hits him there.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, that's a fair one. Although, there's definitely, force. He clearly makes no contact with the first leg. It's the second leg.
It's a lot of force. We'll call it an orange card. Give him an orange.
I would say, yeah.
I'll say next foul, no matter what it is.
I agree. But that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Right? So there was a lot of different things in this game that were crazy. That was Havertz. Oh no, that was Rice. This wasn't even a foul, by the way, in my opinion. I don't think this was a foul. But I think in this game we were so robbed. It was almost unfair, but it wasn't almost. It just was unfair. The goal itself. I don't really want to spend too much time watching this, obviously, because I want to talk about the other stuff as well that we have planned to talk about. But I just want to get to this Bruno one because it's so vicious. It's crazy. Arsenal, by the way, I'll just throw this out there really quickly. Arsenal were shit this game, I won't lie. We played well statistically, but we didn't do enough to win. That was hilarious, by the way. Wait, was it that?
Were you shit or did you have an off day?
It didn't even show it. It didn't even show it in the first half. This is extended highlights. Oh, because it's Newcastle that uploaded it. That's hilarious. That just sums it up. So, yeah, anyway. So, anyone who wants to go and check it out, you can go check it out because it's the most obvious red card in my opinion. And yes, I am an Arsenal fan. Here it is. So, this is Bruno going in for the challenge here. Watch. Right? On Ben White. He goes in for the challenge. Look. Clearly a vicious challenge. Now, look at his intent. Full pace. Absolutely does him as he goes past. Doesn't look bad from the initial. Watch. Look at his face. He's biting down on his lip. Right?
Passion. What passionate.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Do you know what though?
No, that's a clear red card.
Yeah, but because he's running at such full pace.
No, he clearly puts his... No,
yeah, but he might be going like this to shove him out the way so you don't hurt him. And he's just gone up too high a little bit. That's my opinion on it. Think you lose the ball and you're running after him, to get the ball, You're sprinting at full pace, Listen, you're sprinting at full pace. You run, they pass the ball, you're still running at full pace. You gotta get them out the way. Innit?
Welcome back to the Waffling It podcast, guys.
That's it.
You're full of shit, bro.
No, not
you are
red.
full of shit.
That's not red.
You can see him chase him down and then
to
elbow him
get
in the back of the head.
And then he's past it. He's got to slow down.
No way,
slow
bro.
down.
Slow down with the back of his head.
Okay, but he's like.
Okay.
Who was that? Who was that player? Vieira, right?
Which one? The one that got hit?
The one that passed the
Jorginho,
right. So Jorginho's passed the ball and he's sort of lower, and he's gone. Get me like that.
Anyway, boys.
And Romero is still at full pace.
This just sums up that clearly there's not enough people. By the way, man said Romero first of all. It was Bruno. Oh, Romero. Right? Play that back. Right?
Should.
Clearly this just sums up that there's not, like, the fans of football just know fuck all because...
Well, no, I'm thinking from when I play. Like, if I want to
Bro,
win the ball
if
back,
you elbow someone in the back of the head under any circumstance, he clearly...
It wasn't that
I
bad.
just showed you that he's bit on his tongue, then he's gone in...
It's passion, man. Listen, and Jorginho made that look worse than it was. He's literally, tapped it on the head. It wasn't that bad. It was not that bad, bro.
Anyway, boys, right, moving on. Because I can't have this conversation.
Not red. Yellow. I'd give it yellow.
God, you'd give a yellow.
Yes. Anyone else who's not an Arsenal fan would give that yellow.
But first of all, he didn't even get a yellow, so there's that.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a yellow in the second half for pushing someone in the face.
So it should be not.
And the challenge before, he's clearly gone in with intent to try and hurt him. Yeah, and then he fucking elbows someone in the head, and you're gonna say, no, he probably didn't mean to. Coda, can you?
The thing
relax?
is, the challenge before, he ain't even got near the player.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And again, see now you can't say to me.
It's like him just
biased.
sliding the corner flag randomly. There's nowhere near the player. It don't matter.
Right, okay, whatever.
Someone's angry.
No, because it's just so frustrating, bro. Like, it's so obvious.
Listen, Arsenal lost, that's it.
Yeah, but the goal as well, there was three things.
Yeah, I know.
The ball went out of play, right? Mm-hmm. The offside and the foul, whatever.
Yeah, the goal was bollocks.
So, I have...
draw to Newcastle. Should have been the score. 0-0
draw to Newcastle?
Yeah.
Right. So, I have... something I wanted to talk about. So I actually sent this to Matrice yesterday that I wanted to talk about.
Canadian president.
The Canadian president's
I don't know much about the
Hold on. Shush. The Canadian presidential race. Boom. That's what I was trying to say. So, for those of you who don't know, right now the Canadian president, is it a president or prime minister?
Whoever the fuck it is.
I think it's a president.
Whoever's in charge of the
I know who it is. It's Justin Trudeau.
I've heard these.
Trader Joe's, right? He's a bitch. As simple as, right? There's a lot of things about him that are really bad. If you know anything about...
Didn't he legalise gay marriage as well?
Yeah.
Did,
Now listen, I don't mind that. The thing I do mind is he is allowing schools to teach about really disgusting, vicious shit.
And it starts with things like that.
It starts with things like that, and it becomes... And well, listen, you guys can have your own opinion. This is mine, and the fact I'm getting this out of the way in episode 1, I'm going to ruin a bunch of fans that potentially might enjoy this podcast. I'm not sorry, right? In my opinion, it becomes a trend to be trans or gay. Yeah. Like that's it, it's just true.
I want to be cool.
They go, I don't have friends, so let me go and do this.
Yeah,
and now
they need attention.
And I've seen a lot of the community of LeBron James. What was that?
LeBron James the Torres.
No, do you remember that? LeBron James LB. Oh, it was such a funny thing though, bro. It was so funny. Anyway, I've seen a lot of the people of that community agreeing with my point that people do see it more as like a trend. They jump on the train. So, anyway, long story short, although I don't really care because I want this to be like a proper conversation, he allowed school children to be taught this at a very young age, and then I believe he allowed this. I believe he made it legal that a parent or even the kid can decide whether they want to have puberty
without their parents.
Without their or one. It doesn't. It can be one, right? And I'm not being funny. Sometimes a mother is a bit more like considerate and like, they're like, maybe they're right. No, they're not. No, they're not. Before the age.
It's like, what is it like? It's like letting them have sex before like the age of 10.
Well,
It's
someone
crazy.
put a tweet up. I'm not gonna. I might be able to find this. Yeah. Actually, I don't even want to find this. But someone put a tweet up about. Oh, it was like if your daughter is 12, right, and she gets paid £1 million by a billionaire, would you allow her to have sex with him? And the guy tweeted this out, and everyone was just like, bro, like what are you saying?
Yeah, people think that's a mad thing to say, but what is going on in the world is fucking crazy.
No, but the guy who did it, yeah, he's like legitimately just, like he's asking this question, and I'm just like, I don't get it, man.
Because he knows most people react like, what the
it.
fuck? But what is going on is crazy as well. Like,
I ain't gonna be able to find it, but yeah, no, it was vicious, man. Like honestly, like the most vile thing I've seen. Like asking that question is just ridiculous. But
it is, but so is letting your fucking child decide whether they want to chop their fucking penis off.
Exactly, I agree. Now listen. Again, each to their own. If you are of age, and when I say of age, I mean 18 plus, and you want to make decisions, by all means,
ruin your life.
Ruin your life. Do what you want, yeah? Now, when I say ruin your life, I don't mean like chopping your penis off is ruining your life. It's just, come on, bruv. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, come on, man. Like, you're born into a body, and a lot of people say, oh, I was born in the wrong body. No, this might sound stupid.
There is. Where there's I don't know what it's called, but there's when you're born with parts of both sexes, right?
Yeah.
That's different. Fair enough. You can choose. Pick one.
A lot of
I guess.
I'm gonna have to tell my shoes here to not reply to this because I know certain times we can say things that get us cancelled, right?
And we have to be careful.
The word mental illness, right? I'm not saying that it is, but I believe it becomes a mental illness when you do it for attention, right? If you are actually born and you're like, I just don't feel comfortable, and you genuinely go through years
I agree.
This is my thing.
That's the thing.
But if you turn around and you go, you know what, brother? I want to be a man today, right? And you're a woman, or the other way around. Bro, it just doesn't make sense. That shouldn't...
The problem is most of it is for attention.
That's the problem.
No one... 50 years ago, the majority of people didn't even hear of this. No one knew what this was.
To be fair, 50 years ago, you probably would have been thrown in a lake with a rock tied to your shoes.
Really? I don't know.
Well, you remember like...
Victorian era. But, to be fair, sometimes it's fair enough. Some people should get that punishment.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to my point. So in my opinion, Justin Giza, right, has made a lot of bad decisions. And the point I wanted to make as well, really quickly, let me get this out. He made those rules, or like allowed those things to happen and laws, yeah. And when the opposite parent, say the dad, for example, I actually do remember a story with one dad. He said he didn't want his daughter to have puberty blockers, right? And he tried to stop it, and he was arrested.
That is insane. Now, and that was in Canada.
In Canada, he was arrested, and he went on a radio station, and he was talking about it, and he was like really upset, and like, I can't do anything about it. They said if I do anything, I'm gonna get arrested again. Now, for me, that's fucking disgusting.
It is.
Yeah. If somebody tried to stop me doing something for my kid, I don't know how I'd react. Yeah. I'm not making a joke here when I say this, but in a country where guns are legal, I can understand someone going crazy and doing something ridiculous.
For something like that, yeah.
Because that's vile. That is vile. You've birthed, obviously it takes a man and a woman to birth a child.
Life.
You've given that life. You've made that life. You've raised that child. You should have a say in whether or not they ruin their life at a young age. Because unfortunately, whether you like it or not, it's ruining their life. Because if they get to 18, they go, I was wrong.
Yeah.
By the way, search it yourself.
Most,
they regret it a lot.
Yeah.
They get to 18, they say, I wish my mum had said no. I wish my dad had said no. It's silly.
There are more suicides post-trans, what's it called? Operations. That's what it is.
Yeah, because they're not happy.
Yeah.
Look at Ellen Page. Yeah, I know her name's Elliot Page now, the geezer. He's a geezer now, but before... She was a great actress with a really good career, going really, really well, and then became a man, and now you look at the face of him, right? He's not happy. Because being a man isn't fun. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't want to bring up Andrew Tate, but fucking Google it, bruv. being a man isn't a fun thing. It's not easy to be a man, especially in these days, and especially a white man. People say like these things like, you know, like
white privilege.
White privilege. I'm not being funny, yeah. We all have privilege in this world today.
Yeah,
in fact,
it depends on the country.
It does, yeah, because certain countries, go to other countries and you want to talk about privilege, go fucking certain countries. Yeah. You think that you don't have privilege in your own countries. Let's say, for example, England and the US. That you have so many of these people sitting there, yeah, working from, like, sitting at home, claiming benefits, going, I don't have any rights.
Literally.
Go to fucking Saudi Arabia as a woman and try and walk down the street with your fucking head out, right? Or with your hair out or some shit. And tell me you don't have rights. Come on, man.
Too entitled, man. Too entitled.
We live in a world of entitled people.
Let's give it a break. Have you got a drink?
Have I got a drink? There's Coke there. Oh. It's warm though.
It's warm. Why don't you put it in the fridge, you might?
Because there's no fridge in this room, you dick. I should open it one hand, you see that?
Oh, that's so cool.
That was sick. Right, anyway. So, I'm just going to say, don't do it next to the mic, bruv. The Michael Jackson, right? So, the point of me saying this is Justin Trudeau, I don't know. I don't know when the presidential race is, but I know it's coming up, yeah? Now, there's a man running against him, and I saw this man yesterday.
This guy already.
Now, this guy's name is Pierre...
Emerick Obama.
I don't know his last name. I'll have to Google it. But I've got this video of him exposing a lying journalist. Now, I'm not saying that all journalists are bad, but we know there's an agenda when it comes to journalists. Now, I'm just going to I'm going to play this for the audio, like, you know, so like you can hear it. But basically what happens is the media are trying to catch him out by saying, you said something or you believe something, and he goes, when did I say, or who says this? And they can't answer it because they come.
Is the majority. This is what happens in the majority of interviews.
This is what I'm saying. They come with zero evidence, and then as soon as you try and call them out on it, they can't answer. So I'll play it quickly. I'll play like 25, 30 seconds.
Characterized as dog whistling to
by
the
who?
far right.
By who?
By a number of different. But I think it's been characterized by that way. But are you trying to court? Are you trying to court the far right?
Sorry, I just need to clarify. By who?
By a number of different experts and a number of different people who work in this. Okay, well, I think it's been established that this is a concern. Are you trying to court the far right?
So really quickly, that's 20 seconds in, 29 seconds in. He calls it out, and the media cannot answer it. And obviously, he knows that they're coming full of shit. Yeah. It goes on a little bit, and like he does eventually answer. Now, the reason I saved this on my phone and wanted to bring this conversation up is the last thing he says. Now, I'm 27. I can't remember a time where I listened to someone who could potentially be in charge, and I thought to myself, "Wow, he gets it." Right? If this guy comes into power in Canada, remember this video, remember this podcast, remember this episode on Spotify, wherever you're listening to this, I'm moving to Canada. I'm not fucking joking.
Do you know what's crazy though? I haven't seen a lot of this. Just from what I've seen, he hasn't said anything like special, but he's just got common sense.
But
he's just got common sense.
Brilliant that you just said this.
And everyone's lacking common sense now.
Listen to this. So I'm glad he said that. Listen.
Put people in housing that they can afford. That is a common sense, mainstream Canadian agenda. And I know that Justin Trudeau's supporters are so desperate to distract from that because his political career is falling apart. So we're seeing an attempt here to distract and protect Justin Trudeau from his extremely unpopular carbon taxes and other failing policies. But we won't let him or his or others distract from that reality. So thank you.
So you're not going to answer
that question.
What a guy.
So yeah,
I think tell me who these experts are. It sounds like it's just a CBC smear job. Thank you.
But what about the question about whether?
So listen to this part.
I have a common sense agenda to axe the carbon tax, bring home powerful paychecks, clear the way to build affordable homes to put people in housing that they.
So really quickly, he just said powerful paychecks, right? When do you hear somebody who's like in charge say they actually want people to be able
to make money?
They want people their money to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like he also said about being in affordable homes, right? Like, for someone in charge to appreciate the fact of like how hard it is to live in a world like it is now, it's nice to hear, and it's like I hope that he does come in charge in Canada, because if he does, and he can pass any of these laws that he's trying to pass, I think Canada's about to become one of the best. I think today you could even say Canada's one of the best countries in the world for different reasons. I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now, live on this podcast. I'm going to go ahead.
Jamie, pull that up for me.
Jamie, pull this up. I'm going to search up right now top 10 countries to live in the world. Okay, so top 10 countries to live in. Right. So if I do this, best countries for quality of life. Sweden, Norway, Canada is the top 3, right? Best countries overall, Canada is number 2. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like...
Yeah, but this...
Switzerland is number 1. I disagree with that.
You got to look at the site as well. It depends who's made the site. If someone's made the site who agrees with the current president of Canada, and they're saying it's number 2, you know what I mean?
I mean, I see a point. Go away, man. Ad blocker, bruv. Ad blocker's the GOAT.
Because they might be basing it off like, oh, it's so inclusive.
Alright, then here's another website. Here's another website, number 1, Canada. So there's 2, and then the next one. I'm going down to the next website here, guys. Poland.
Poland. It was my favorite track. I love Poland kurwa much.
What's my favourite track? Top 10 countries.
I think I'm going back.
Well, I don't blame you. Top 10 countries, 2023, Human Development Index. Funny because I'm very surprised to see Netherlands on here because people hate the Netherlands.
Really?
Yeah, like...
Ganja.
Top 10 countries to live in and work abroad. I feel like Canada's number 4. Malaysia's on here, that's crazy. So... Yeah, it's not even arguable. Canada is one of the best countries in the world today, and if they can change some of the things they have... Now, I do know one thing. They have a really, from what I remember anyway, they have a really expensive housing situation over there right now, which is why he said he wants to bring powerful paychecks and affordable housing, right? If he can do that and make it so that, the jobs are actually a lot better and stuff, I think... Today, it's already good, but it can be better. And the fact that it can be better than being one of the best in the world today is crazy, you know? But I'll tell you this right now. England is going down the drain, right? The UK in general is just going down the drain. It's horrible. Like, a lot of people will sit there and go, it's not that bad, right? It's bad. It's fucking bad, right?
It's depressing, but it's not.
It's depressing.
We have a lot of, luxuries as well.
Do you know what? Yeah, fair. I'm not saying it's the worst in the. It could be worse, right? But it's not. It's not nice to live in. It's not, and it's getting worse, and it's just. Well, fun doesn't really,
I mean, it does.
It does, yeah. I'll put it like this: if you said to me, Andrew, you can live and work in the UK, right, till you're 60 or 70, and you'll just die living like that, or you could move to Canada. Buy land, build a log cabin, live in a house or whatever, right? And have all this land to do whatever you want with and, have a job, whatever, right?
That might get sad.
Why would that get sad?
In a cabin.
Bruv, I live in this room. Yeah, I go to work, I come home, I live in this room.
But there's people around, innit?
I don't care about people. I didn't say you.
No, I'm just saying,
No, I don't care. Listen.
I don't think I could live in a place so quiet. You're saying in the woods in the cabin.
Bruv, you literally come home from work, you go in front of your TV, you play FIFA, and then you go and do it again the next day. That's your whole time.
Yeah, but not all the time. It changes up.
So what do you do?
Everything.
Tell me.
Play football.
I play football with you. We can go play football in a field.
And go out.
We'll make a football pitch in Canada, bro.
And go out every now and then.
Where do you go?
Clubs.
You don't go clubs.
Not anymore.
No, you don't go clubs, bruv. This guy.
Yeah, not anymore. But
when did you go out to a club? When was the last time you went?
Last time, ages ago. Yeah.
Well, so then why are you saying you want to do it?
But I'm saying the option's there. You know what I mean? You can.
Okay, but it's just it's not fun. The option is still there though. If you live in Canada, all you gotta do is just drive. Drive to say that I don't know where in Canada there's a lot of land with these trees and stuff that you could buy, but let's say that you go to Ontario or you go to what's the capital of Canada?
Forgot.
It's
It's not Montreal.
It's not. It's Ottawa, isn't it?
Ottawa.
Is it Ottawa? If it's Ottawa, I have the biggest brain in the world. I'm fucking unreal, bro. Honestly,
Crazy.
I'm unreal.
It's almost as if you already knew that.
Anyway, so no, it's you could just drive down there, you know, and look at it like this, yeah. London, by the way, for me, I hate London. I think London's shit.
Yeah,
it's fun to go to London every now and then.
Is it?
Every now and then, maybe.
To do what?
Come back.
Just to go on the train.
Yeah, legit. Like it's like, I just don't like London. It's just not fun. And it's like it's full of.
It just
I
looks
don't
nice
care about
in
tourists.
certain areas.
I don't care about tourists, but it's just too much. Like, and again, okay, because it's not a horrible place, right? Like, obviously, it's going to be populated and it's going to be full of people and stuff and whatever. It's not my style. Like when I say a second ago, I want to go live in a cabin in the woods. That just sums up the type of person I am. I don't want to go to a place full of loads of people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not being funny. I just don't care about people like being around me all the time. I like to be around people and I like to do good things for people and I'd love to be able to like help a lot of people in the world, but I can't lie. I would love to just be able to go 6 months to 3 years and just go build a cabin in the woods and literally just do it from my bare hands.
The downs.
Man set up the downs.
Go ahead to do your thing.
This guy.
You got options here as well. There you go.
Boy. Yeah, but then what if I spent like 3 days cutting down all the wood? I went back the next day, someone set fire to it. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that happens in England. You can't have nice things. Well, I was robbed as a kid, like better times. You know, like I was robbed so many times as a kid. I remember one time we went on holiday and we came back and my mum was like, "Oh yeah, we were robbed."
They just see your face and they're like, "Oh my god,
that's aggressive." That's aggressive. The funny thing is, it was our neighbour that did it, and he had he had the same name as our uncle. I'm not joking.
This, yeah.
He had the same name as our uncle, and the way they found it, this is a true story. The way they found it is I had a PS1. Yes, that's how old I am, right? I had a PS1 and I had a James Bond sticker, Pierce Brosnan, on the bottom of the PS1, and they went into his house next door to speak to him. And one of the policemen picked up a PS1 that was on the floor and it had my sticker on it. I'm not joking. That's how they found it. That's how they found that he was the one that did it. They checked the rest of the house and found most of the stuff. The one thing that was really sad is had my granddad's, my granddad, not my mum's dad, right? His wedding ring, and we never found it. Really sad, yeah. But and obviously he died in '93, so it was well before it was 3 years before I was born, so it was really sad. But life is life, you know. We have to move on. But my mum still, to this day, still hasn't got over that. She's like, oh, you have to lock the doors because I don't want to get robbed again and lose all my stuff again. You know, she always mentions it. It's really sad. But
it's just a fucking ring. You can't get attached to it.
But it was my
I know.
granddad's who died.
I know, but the memory's still there, isn't it?
Barely though. Like, I'm not being funny. My mum's like on the verge of having, you know, Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And she can't remember certain things, so it's difficult, innit?
If that wasn't the case, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But anyway, we've talked about football. We talked about the. Oh yeah, by the way, Pierre, my guy. I hope you come into the presidency in Canada. But
big ups, Pierre.
The next thing I wanted to say, going forward with the podcast, right? So. This is episode 1, right? And obviously episode 2 will be out probably... What's the day today? This is the 7th, which is Monday. It's not Monday, is it? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. So I'll upload this on Wednesday. So it'll be Wednesday the 8th. This will be uploaded. So this will be the first official start of the podcast. Now, I just want to say one thing. Episode 0, which by the way, we have clarified is a number.
It is, yeah. You can multiply by it, you can divide by it.
When he sent me a message the other day, what's 3 times 0? And I looked at it and went... Well, technically. Right? Because the thing is, if it's 3 times 0, if you have 3 to start and you times it by 0, it should be 3.
It should be. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, because you're timesing it.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Because you're timesing it. 0 is nothing, right? You're timesing it by 0.
But if you start with 3, so if you're like, you have 3.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Exactly, so
but
it doesn't make sense.
What's 3 lots of nothing? Nothing.
But yeah, that doesn't make sense because because if you say you've got 1 and you times it by 0, right? What have you got?
Okay, so what's 3 lots of 4?
Huh?
What's 3 lots of 4?
12.
Yeah, there you go. What's 3 lots of 0? If you have
If
you have 3 lots of nothing.
But the time symbol doesn't mean lots.
It does. It means how many times.
No, it means times this one by this one.
Yeah. How many times do you get this number?
How many times?
How many times?
How many times do you get this number?
How do I explain this?
Oh yeah, because if you do 3 by 0.
Yeah.
Actually, that does make sense. Anyway, right? So 0 is a number, guys. Right?
What a fucking miraculous.
I don't know. It's just a confusing thing, right? I watched it back 1 or 2 times. Me introducing it and explaining what I want it to be like going forward. And I said to you that like going forward, it's going to only get better. And I think already this has been better than the episode 0, and it will only get better.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. I have such an excitement for this. I love this. I don't know what it is. It's so fun.
I know I don't look excited, but I am, yeah.
Yeah.
I never look excited.
He doesn't. No,
Never.
he could be in the middle of like sex with the most beautiful woman, and he'd just be like, "This is nice," right? Top 3 things I've done today, right? And it comes after FIFA, but
FIFA's most important.
Obviously, right? It's not even FIFA anymore.
EAFC.
EA Football Club.
Come on.
Right?
That's pretty gay, bro.
Nothing wrong with that. So what I was gonna say was though is I am very excited for it going forward, and like I think the one thing that I want to do is give you guys kind of what you want. Like whoever is watching this, I as of right now, it feels like I'm talking to myself, because for me, even though the first episode got I think 40 views, there's no comments coming in.
Guys.
Yeah, so it's like no comments are coming in, and
we have nothing to like. We need to know what you guys want.
We're 51 minutes into this right now, yeah, and like I told you in the first episode, it's going to be between like 50, it'll probably be an hour minimum every episode, because I kind of just want to hit an hour, right? But like 15 minutes in, if you're listening to me say this now, comment anything you want down below and just say I got to this point, right? I got to 51 minutes, because I want you to tell me what you want us to talk about. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be an episode, like a special episode, where I'm going to tell you, and it's basically going to be me talking nearly the whole episode with him about ghost stories, right? Because that is something, I promise you, look me in the eyes, right? Look me, right? I promise you my ghost stories are 1,000,000% true. And if the day ever comes where you wanted to see us go out with a camera and I can prove to you something, I'll do it. Because I'm not saying I've got a thing, right? But some of the ghosts I've seen, some of the things I've seen are unbelievable, right?
I've had a few experiences as well.
I get shivers when I talk about these stories. And
the thing is, I've never had anything like crazy, or I've just forgot, but I've had like, my family's told me stories, like my mum obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember one. But listen, we're gonna save that because that's for an upcoming episode. Because we're gonna dedicate.
My dad told me a crazy one.
Okay.
By the graveyard.
If you want to see that, if you want,
actually, I have a recording. Remember what I showed you by the bus stop?
I don't remember.
The fire.
Oh shit! Yeah, no. This is wild. This is wild.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll go in the day and we'll record the same spot.
Yeah.
And we'll compare it, right? And you can send it to me on Twitter and we can get it up on here and we can show them all properly. But yeah, then we'll do that another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's coming up in like an episode, probably like episode 10 or something, because I want it to be like a special episode. Like I want it to be like it's gonna be an episode where
it's like a milestone.
Oh, it's gonna.
Listen,
trust me.
We got to see what the guys want.
The thing is, I've already dedicated myself. I said to Matus, I said to him, we're going to do 100 episodes. If this gets 0 views, it's already got 40.
We're still going to do.
I'm still doing it,
yeah.
right? If I have to come,
him I will, so.
Exactly. If I have to come here and do it myself, I will. But he's promised he's going to do it with me, so we're doing it no matter what. Giggly, right?
Giggly.
We're doing this no matter what. So I hope that you'll enjoy that and want to see that. But we're doing it anyway, so you just kind of gonna have to go with it. And if you don't, then whatever. But I just want to throw this out there. On Spotify, if you're listening to this, there is a follow button, right? If you wouldn't mind dropping us a follow on that, I would appreciate it, because it's lovely to see that there is a follow button, and it's nice to see if people enjoy it. Same with subscribing on YouTube. If you're watching the video version of this, I'd appreciate you dropping a subscribe on us as well. But let me know in the comments what you guys want to see us talk about in the future episodes, because I promise you, like, we have so many things we're going to talk about. Like, it's the point of this is talking shit. We're supposed to just talk about whatever we want, when we want.
Endless possibilities.
The title of this episode is going to be Chelsea versus Tottenham. Or, well, Tottenham versus Chelsea, because Tottenham are playing at home, right? Pierre, whatever his name is, I'm going to go find his name, and he's going to be in the title. And then probably like... Huh?
What else did we talk about?
Canada.
Anything else?
What about, like...
We talked about loads of shit.
What countries to live in. We're talking about rigging in football.
Yeah.
But those two are definitely going to be in the title. So... going forward, we're going to try and change it up all the time and have like different conversations, but we're also going to talk about football like a lot, because we are football fans. I mean, he's wearing his football shirt, I'm wearing a football shirt right now. Football is the thing we like the most, and we're probably going to talk about that quite a lot. This Friday, by the way, Modern Warfare 3 comes out, so we are going to be talking about games in the future, and I will be bumming Modern Warfare 3.
You like to bum.
I don't know why I said that, but I'm going to be playing a lot of Modern Warfare 3, so... one thing I want to throw out there, and I'm gonna call this out right now on stream. I am a very good COD player, Call of Duty player, yeah?
He's not.
This guy is one of the best FIFA players I know. And I said to him that if we can get him set up with a Twitch channel, we're gonna set him up for one, and he's gonna like play FIFA on stream and stuff like that, and try and like get really good rewards, because what's like the best you've done on FIFA before?
Elite 2.
So, I mean, I'm not being funny. I know there's people that are like, oh, top 100 little virgins, right? That's a joke. I'm one of them, right? I literally am a virgin. But anyway, oh my god, right? But like, it's fun to watch. He might do better to be under pressure on the camera. He might do worse. It'll be really funny. He eats his controller sometimes.
I do.
But he'll probably be using my setup, so he'll probably be here doing it on here. So,
a load of your shit.
But if you want to see that, what?
A load of your shit was fucked.
No, you ain't doing that. If you fuck up any of my shit, bro, I'm gonna candle you in the head, bro. Honestly, look at this. Look, cotton.
Let's see that.
Right, so I don't know why randomly it stopped recording. But I'm going to figure out how to put these two together, and this is going to go up all as one.
Yeah.
As I was saying before, I was rudely cut off by myself. If you do want to see those channels, let us know. Anyway, that's so frustrating that that's just happened. I'm sure everything will be okay, but...
minor things, we move on, we bounce.
Listen, bounce me again, bro. Honestly, I will violate you on here, bro. Don't do that. I can't hit you.
I just did it.
You know we get arrested.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man said. But
you're meant to violate me.
Yeah. So this is going up on Wednesday. Episode 2 will probably be the following Wednesday, or the following Tuesday. I think it'll be next Tuesday, right? Because I'm going to Poland on Wednesday, so I think we'd have to record it on Tuesday. And upload it on Tuesday.
Could do one on the weekend. Maybe a cheeky one.
Maybe a cheeky one on the weekend.
We'll see.
We will see, because we're probably going to not record the next one until the week after next. So we might have to give you 2 in a week, and then just see if you guys like it or whatever. But yeah, this has been fun. I'm praying that I'm going to be able to put these 2 clips together, because that's going to frustrate the hell out of me if I can't.
Stop recording.
But if you're listening to this... then
stop recording.
No, it hasn't.
Got you.
If you're listening to this at the end of the 50 plus minutes that we just did, I managed to do it. So W's in the comments.
Congrats, Andrew. L-spam for Andrew in the comments.
I'm gonna be up late tonight because I'm so stupid. I don't know how to do it. That's the thing. If anyone wants to help me, you can't, because I have to do it myself. But yeah. So I'm gonna upload this tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think we were vibing when it come to that Chelsea Tottenham conversation.
Yeah. I think the whole thing was smooth.
Yeah. Smooth like baby's bottom. Please
you don't
bear
have
with
a
us.
Baby, so what does that entail?
That you ain't seen anyway, right? Please bear with us. We're newbies to this. It's gonna get better. Obviously, we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna be like off a little bit, like in the episode 0 I think that I was a lot, and even in this episode I got a lot of you know, I don't want to do that. I want to be very clear with how I speak, and I want him to be the same and stuff. But it's just sometimes like at the start of something new, you sort of like, you know, have to get used to it. So that's kind of what we're doing. So please bear with us for that. But the episode 2, let us know in the comments what you want to talk about. If I don't see no comments, I'm gonna pick some things to talk about anyway. So you guys will just have some options. I'll always pick some stuff myself anyway. So it's just an idea to give us an extra bit of help on what we're gonna do. But if you do have anything you really want to see us talk about sooner rather than later, let us know, okay? Anything you want to say, Mateta Jesus?
Yeah, same as you, basically. Just let us know what you want us to talk about. And that.
Man said and that's how you're going to finish it. Sound. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, guys.
See you later, boys.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
Peace
ladies. I don't know if it might be ladies.
Might be fucking transgenders at this point.
What do you mean at this point? See ya.